What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Joy of Living show with Dr. Joy. Today I have a wonderful guest. His name is Cristian Lopez, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the topic right now. It's on rewiring your mind and body for success, transformative, transformative health and mindset strategies. But before we get started, you know what we do on the Joy of Living show? We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Are you ready? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. How do you feel? I know I feel great. Oh, Cristian, I'm so glad that you're here. I want to read a little bit about you, okay? So that way the people can know a little bit about you. So, Cristian Lopez is a renowned mindset and lifestyle coach, motivational speaker, and author of Rewired for Success. He is also a veteran of the United States Navy. So thank you for your service, Cristian. Cristian's incredible personal journey includes overcoming severe health challenges and losing 200 pounds within a year. Y'all note that. Despite being given a prognosis of only a year to live by doctors. His transformative experiences have shaped his wonderful coaching methods, enabled him to empower individuals to break through their limitations and achieve extraordinary success. As the founder of Rios Renovations and Elite Coach Media, Cristian combines his expertise and in business and personal development to inspire and guide others on their path to greatness. Welcome, Cristian, to the Joy of Living show. 200 pounds? I'm going to jump right in there. 200 pounds. Do you have a picture? Can you actually show your before and after? Do you have a way of doing that?
Yeah, let me see real quick. I can do it.
I mean, I am welcoming you properly, but when I read that 200 pounds, the viewers and the listeners are going to want to see a before and after.
Yeah, I know I got a couple here saved.
Okay.
Let me pull this up.
Let's see.
Okay, can you see that?
Uh, what? Oh my goodness. So this was you on the left side of the screen. People, y'all take note. Left side of the screen, Cristian. And now this is you currently on the right side?
Yes, yeah. So that, well, I mean, the left side was January of 2023, and on the left was January 2024.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Congratulations on taking care of Cristian. All right, so I need to jump right in because time is short here. Cristian, can you share the pivotal? I can't talk today. Oh, goodness. Can you share the pivotal moments in your health journey and what motivate you to defy the odds and achieve such a remarkable transformation?
That's a great question, and that's a question I get asked a lot. And I think the biggest thing I always speak on is motivation can always turn the engine on, but it's not going to be the fuel that keeps the car going. That's where, that self-discipline comes in a role. And that's what really actually inspired me. I get that question more often than not. So a lot of my clients, they wanted to know the full details. And that's actually what made me write, Rewired for Success, and teaching people a step by step on how to turn your opportunities, how to turn your obstacles into opportunities, as well as your challenges into health and wealth wins.
So I gotta go even before that. That was question one because I have 5 questions, but I have to get in a question 0. And the question 0 is, okay, so the photo on the left that you showed, right, a year ago, you were 200 pounds heavier. And I guess you had an annual physical exam with your physician, and they told you you only had 1 year to live.
So actually what happened was I was getting out of the military. So I was doing my VA, exam, get in my VA and everything, get that all settled. And
Hmm.
yeah, they told me that it was me and him. He was kind of me and the doctor, and he looked at me and he was looking at my charts, and I had multiple things wrong. I was pre-diabetic. I was on CPAP machine. I was, the most severe case. I was on it nightly, and I had high blood pressure. All these lists of diagnoses were wrong with me, and he just looks at me, and then he starts unbuttoning his shirt, going on and telling me where it's now just a chest full of hair between me and this guy, without him even taking me out to dinner yet. And he then actually goes on to telling me his life journey on how he almost died from obesity and how he had to have open heart surgery. And I reacted by going home with a milkshake and a burger. It still didn't dawn on me. I
Wait a
still
minute.
didn't care.
Oh, hold on now. He told you that you had 1 year to live if you kept going with your same habits, and you left there and went home with a milkshake and a burger.
Sure did. I was full appetite after hearing all that. I was stressing, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get my McDonald's burger and milkshake and call it good.
Okay.
But it was at that same time my daughter had just been hitting the stages where kids, walk and talk. And I walk in the door and I hear a little throttle, throttle, throttle. I look over the corner and I see my daughter, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. So I swoop her up and I'm just holding her. And at that moment, that was my aha moment where I realized, if not for myself, but for her. And that was the first step to help me rewire my brain, where I no longer let the limitations of myself nor others define my goals. You know, when I told people at first, it was just I wanted to lose, I wanted to see the scale go down. I hadn't seen the scale go down. And, I think over 3 years, it just had been going up and up and up. And I was like, is this even possible now? Can the scale even go down? And that was my goal one. I just wanted to see the scale go down. So I started with the cleanse, and I cleansed my mind, cleansed my body with a nice fast, and I saw the scale go down, and I was really excited. And then from that goal on, that goal changed it from, okay, I want to lose 90 pounds in 90 days. And I even documented day by day. I have it all documented, and my journey through day one of me being that nearly 400 pounds to, the end of the year where I'm celebrating in my, own body, where I'm comfortable in it, in my own skin.
Wow. So did it take you a whole year to lose the 200? You averaged
Yeah,
how?
so it took me a year to lose. So within the first 90 days, I lost 110 pounds. In 5 months, I lost 150 pounds. And then that's when I kind of started slowing down. I was around that, 180 mark. I didn't really want to keep losing, but I did. I was still losing. So, within the 2 years, I lost 200 pounds, and now I'm trying to, not lose. Now I have the opposite effect. I'm trying to maintain my weight, making sure, I'm building muscle as well. And, the goals just always change. So it's crazy, because I used to always care about the number on the scale, and now I just care about how I feel.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so I got a mindset mastery question. Are you ready? So,
Yeah.
what specific mindset techniques did you use to overcome the mental and emotional barriers during your weight loss journey? That's part one. And then part two is, how can my listeners, our listeners, because they're your listeners and viewers too, apply these techniques to their own challenges?
Yeah, no, that's a really loaded question right there, because there's so many techniques, there's so many steps that you really have to do. I had to do a full 360, so it wasn't as it was one mindset change; it was a full, completely rewire. But the biggest one was no longer letting the limitations of myself nor others define my goals. And that's the biggest thing in life, I think, for any obstacle that you face, is there's always an A to B route. There's always people that are going to, pitch in and say, because throughout my whole journey, people at first were saying, oh, you're not losing weight. Oh, you're not going to do it. Oh, you're fat. And then people were starting saying, oh, you're average now. When I started losing weight, oh, you're just average. And then I started, really losing the weight. where I've started, build muscle and stuff. And now people are like, oh, you're just crazy. Now it's the crazy. So I realized you can never fit someone else's, goals or self-improvement. You have to find that confidence within yourself. And that's where confidence is really built, right? Not following others, but doing what you know is right. And that's the biggest thing is,
I am so proud of you that I call it getting out of your own way. You got out of your own way, and that way was listening to the negative talk, that outside noise, Christian,
yeah,
because someone is always going to have something to say, So you had to really filter the positive things and the not so positive things. And you
yeah,
did it.
yes.
You did it. So the techniques is really is deeply internal then. You
Yeah,
got
the techniques, it's mainly about the mindset, and that's the biggest thing is your mindset. And this is what I realized. Your mindset doesn't care how rich you are. It doesn't care the color of your skin. It doesn't care, know anything about that. Anybody can have a strong mindset. And any
Mhm.
one of these listeners who's listening today, can realize that it doesn't matter where you are now. You can train your mind to be, $1 million mind and have that strong shield where nothing can touch it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So how do you integrate physical health with mental and emotional well-being in your coaching? Because I know you're a transformation coach, right? And why is it important to address all these aspects together for true transformation?
Well, yeah, they're all connected, right? It's just like, I like to think of it like as a seesaw. If you have too much laying on one, it's going to make it tilt. So, you can be super wealthy and have all this money, but your health is going bad. And now you're not going to live as long as you would if you had a balanced life. And that's the biggest thing is we need to find a balance. The balance is key to having, a healthy lifestyle, being financially successful, having your physical health, then your mental health. And that's the biggest thing. I was so lost to the point I couldn't recognize the man standing in front of the mirror. I felt like a terrible husband. I felt like a, worthless father. I just felt completely lost. I couldn't spend 5 minutes outside with my daughter playing with her because it would leave me chafing for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So little things like that, it's all connected. So my health was affecting, my mental. And then that mental was obviously, coming with me, with the financial. And when you start balancing it out, you realize the categories aren't as heavy as you think when it's balanced. It actually makes it easier. And, now I can greatly say that I wake up, I thank God for letting me, have a healthy life, healthy family, and just to breathe another day because I still remember, waking up gasping for air because I was, stopped breathing with my CPAP. So it's really just about finding that balance for you as an individual, and that's what I coach on. I don't think there's that elite standard, and that's my biggest thing. A lot of my clients call me the elite traction coach, not because, oh, I need people to be bodybuilders and all this stuff. No, everybody does have that elite versions within themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I find with my clients is helping them get traction to find the stand, to keep moving forward, and then to reach their elite versions.
Well, that's really great. Did you fall into a depression at all?
Oh,
And you did.
yeah, I was, very depressed. And the thing is, what people don't realize is I was actually this big in the military. And I know all the listeners are like, how are you that big in the military? You did the
Yeah,
opposite of
how'd
that.
you pass your physical test?
Well, it's simple. I was the cook. So I was around all the food. So I was eating, and it was during COVID. So we didn't have, the PTs and stuff. They were getting weighed. So as the PTs were getting weighed and I was just cooking in there, obviously I got to taste the food, make sure it's good, right? And it caused the weight gain. And I had actually gained 200 pounds within, my time in the military. Just keep on, increasing within that time.
And no one said anything to you.
I didn't say that one. I didn't say that one. I mean,
I'm
it,
asking.
it got it got so bad that I had to start pre-ordering. They didn't even have my size in blouses and military gear. I had to actually start pre-ordering them from the naval actually directly.
Okay. Okay. So, what common limitations do you see people struggling with? And what strategies do you recommend for breaking through these barriers to unlock their full potential? That's a loaded question, too.
Yeah, I think the biggest, thing I see people, coming to me with is they always have those limitations. They always say, "Oh, I want to lose, this amount of weight by this time."
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're limiting yourself. Why are you giving yourself all the way to this time? And people come to me, let's say they want to come for business. They'll come to me, "Oh, I want to make this amount of sales by, this time of the year." And I say, "Well, why are you limiting yourself? You are putting in it in persistence that you need it by that date." It's like when you tell your kids, right? "Hey, clean your room before I get home." They're not going to be cleaning it as soon as you leave. They're going to be doing it right before you show
Yeah,
up.
like 2 minutes
So it's that
before.
same thing. Yeah, exactly. So it's that same mindset, right? You have to realize if you give yourself amount of time, yeah, you're going to accomplish it, but you're not going to accomplish it. You know, you're giving yourself too much of a leeway. You have to find that A to B route. It is about having that little toughness on yourself. Making yourself be comfortable being uncomfortable and giving yourself that push. Showing up every single day, not at 80%, not at 90%, not even at 99%, but
100.
showing up at 100% every day, getting better. And there's no way it's a science. You show up every day at your 100%, you're always going to be moving forward, no matter what goal you're trying to achieve.
So that means you take this the SMART goals, SMART, that T is time bound, right? And kind of tweak it.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, I tweak it to fit me where it's, not, and that's my biggest thing is we all have something that fits for ourselves. My strategies, they've helped a lot of others, but they've helped them through their own way. People aren't doing the exact steps I've done,
Mm-hmm.
but through my story, they can picture themselves and figure out the way that works with them using the same techniques by just making that smidge tweak to make it fit them.
Right. And then you know what else? Your style of coaching does? It also reduces the stress for that individual that you're coaching. Because if they
Oh,
remove that limitation of time or like some kind of weight, then that also reduces the stress. And we all have it. We all have it in our
yeah,
mind. Okay, I want to, the Dr. Joy brand wants to make $1 million in the year 2024, right? That's
yeah,
that's added stress
yes,
that a person puts on that I would put on myself. So it's going to happen. It might not happen in 2024 for that 1 year, but it's going to happen because, like you said, you got to put the work in
yeah, just
and
showing
keep
up, and
pushing.
that's the biggest thing, taking it day by day, and making sure that you're not trying to necessarily on day one, you're not trying to hit that goal, right? But
No.
making sure that day one, you're hitting the goal of showing up at 100%.
And what about the days that a person doesn't want to show up at 100%? Because we're not always on. So, what advice do you have for people that might want to show up less than 100%? Say 90%, 80%, taking some maybe some mental health days off. What do you say to that?
And that's my biggest thing, right? You can take a day off and you can have a relaxed day and things like that. And that's where, I try not to get every single buddy to coach. I really make sure my coaching fits people directly. And that's my thing is even though you may be taking a day off, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to not be giving your 100%. Whatever it is, make sure you're showing up at 100% resting. Don't be saying, "Oh, I'm going to take a rest day," and then be stressing about this thing or this little life thing because somebody cut you off. No,
Yeah.
if you're taking a rest day, give your 100% on that rest day. And
Yeah.
that's my thing is no matter what you're doing, you got to give your 100% in life. And that's how, you go from good to great.
I really, really like it. So, can you share a success story from someone you've coached that exemplifies the impact of your approach?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a difficult one because, like I mentioned, my clients, I really make sure they're not just a good fit for me, but I'm a good fit for them.
That's right.
So, almost all my clients I do have that success with, so it's hard to pick one, but one that does stick out to me directly is a woman. She had lost her husband. She was, in her mid 80s. She came to me and she was very depressed. She didn't know what to do. She said she just had to get out of the house. And immediately I said, okay, let's just go on a little workout. Let's just do a little workout, get your mind off things. I could tell she's very emotional. I was like, let's just do the movements. You don't got to do them hard. You don't got to do them, stuff, but let's just do the movements. Let's do the thing. And, she started off with not even being able to get on the elliptical herself. I had to help her on the elliptical. Day 5, she was doing 20 minutes on the elliptical. This is a mid 80-year-old. She was doing 20 minutes just by simply using her mindset to say, there is no can't, there's no try, there's only doing and not doing. And she killed it. And I still keep up to her with this day. And she is truly, the elite self of her own. And I'm so proud of her.
So you and that's amazing. That's amazing story. Thank you for sharing. So you mentioned before that it's important for you to be the right coach and for the person that you're coaching to be the right person to coach. How do you determine who's right for you to coach?
It's all about, because everybody, like you mentioned, has it. Everybody has it.
That
But are
it
you ready to use it? Are you ready to take action? And that's the people that I make sure I'm coaching, is the people that are ready to take action. For my self example, that doctor told me I wasn't going to live and I wasn't ready to take action. I still had to have my burger and milkshake. But, when I had my daughter, that's when I had her and that aha moment, that's when I realized, okay, I'm ready to take action. And it's that simple one aha moment. You just have to have that epiphany. And that's what really pushes it.
So it was a light switch. It's a light switch moment. So key point, there's this quote. I don't know who the author is, but um the teacher will appear when the student is ready.
Yes.
So when when a client is ready, you will appear somehow and the two of you will connect. So what practical tips can you give listeners and the viewers to start their own journey of transformation today?
The biggest thing I could probably tell the listeners right now is, and this is a quote of my own, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, but instead what you're doing today.
Say it again, Cristian.
It doesn't matter what you did yesterday, but instead what you're doing today.
Oh, I really like that one.
You know, Throughout my journey, there were many days that I had successful days. I had done a great workout, I had done great meal planning, and I had done great. And I could have easily the next day took a day off, slacked off and went back into my bad habits. But I realized it didn't matter what I did yesterday. It matters what I'm doing today, and make sure the actions I'm taking today are the ones that are moving me forward to my goals.
I like that. So, Cristian, do you, and I hope the answer is yes, do you do group coaching?
Yes, yes, I do group coaching and I do individual coaching. It's really just, my group coaching is very small. I like to keep it, close knit and
Hmm.
make sure the people that are all in there are very supportive,
Yeah.
and, just like ours, it's not, oh, I'm looking out for myself. I'm wanting my goals. It's very, just supportive in every aspect, because
Hmm.
that's the biggest thing, is spreading love is so much better than spreading your opinions and negativity. And it's great to have criticism and things like that, but not when it's coming from a malicious way.
Right. And so the reason for my question is that I would want you to share how people can get in touch with you. And if they're not in your local area, maybe they can join, say, a coaching session, via Zoom.
Yeah. So yeah, I do international coaching. So I coach throughout the US, and I also have a few clients out of the US. And they can actually follow me on Instagram, Cristian Lopez Internationals, and Cristian Lopez Speaks. So they can follow my Instagram, shoot me a DM, or they even can go to my website at christianlopezinternational.com and reach me there. And, we can schedule a consultation, see which program would be, best fitting for them.
Yeah, and I just want to repeat because some people, and I made the mistake myself when I wrote you a note in spelling your name is Christian with CH. There's no H. So maybe people need to know how to spell your name. So when he says Christian Lopez International, Christian is Cristian. That's how you spell his name. Okay, so everybody gets it. Right?
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. A funny thing is, people actually, they, I obviously, I'm Hispanic, so it's actually pronounced Christian. So, but, but it turned to Christian because I've spent most of my life here, so that's where I'm actually more used to. But yeah, my Instagram is just Christian Lopez, no H underscore speaks, and then Christian Lopez International for the website.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience on the joy of living with Dr. Joy?
Yeah, of course. I always like to end it off with, a positive. And it's really, if anybody's listening to this and they think it's not for them, I don't have the right tools, I promise you do. I definitely didn't have the genes of a goddess, you know, or anything like that. It's simply our mindset. And your mindset has no room for caring about your wealth, if you're poor or rich, your race, if you're a female or male. It doesn't care about any of that things. It only cares about what you feed it. And if you are feeding it positivity and strength on a daily, you're going to have the mind of steel.
I love that. So, where can people purchase your book?
Yeah, so you can actually go on my website and you can purchase it through there.
Can you get it
And
on Amazon? Rewired for Success.
yes, Rewired for Success is on Amazon as well.
Oh, that's great. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get a copy. And maybe one day soon we'll meet and I would like for you to personalize it for me. Okay.
Yes.
Christian, thank you. First of all, congratulations again on your successful story. Um, I'm glad that you had that light bulb moment when you picked up your daughter and you decided to change your mindset. I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
Thank
no, it was definitely a life-changing moment right there, and I'm grateful God put those steps in my path because everything I've been through, it really shaped me to who I am today. And that's been my mission to now help others find their aha moments.
There you go. There you go. Thank you for being a guest on the Joy of Living with Dr. Joy.
It was a pleasure, Joy.
Sure. Until next time, think about what Christian said. Change your mindset. Work on changing your mindset. Okay. And until next time, be blessed, stay healthy. See
Bye.
ya. Bye. So you have just watched the episode of Rewiring Your Mind and Body for Success, Transformative Health and Mindset Strategies, and our guest was Cristian Lopez. If you liked this segment, go to YouTube and subscribe to The Joy of Living with Dr. Joy, and subscription is free. And I also want to tell you that I'm going to have an announcement, a big announcement coming soon on about courses and extra coaching. So just stay tuned. All right. See ya.